Did you know this is now on the Part 107 test? What is happening, remote pilots? Jason Schappert here with M0A.com, or you might remember us as RemotePilot101.com as well. So great to see so many of you out there again. You know, we continue to make Remote Pilot 101 the most up-to-date course on the market, and it's important that we keep you up to date in everything that we're doing here as well. Well, guess what? The FAA is at it again with another Part 107 test update. You ready for it? This time, they're quizzing you on runway signs and markings. You heard right, you are a remote pilot. You're flying your Inspire or your Mavic or whatever you're flying. Oh, and by the way, you need to know the same symbols and signs that actual manned aviation pilots need to know. It makes perfect sense. I mean, honestly. That was my sarcastic tone. Anyways, here's where it actually comes from. So I want you to realize you are tested. You use the same testing supplement as manned pilots. Look at the cover of the testing supplement. It reads, Airman Knowledge Testing Supplement for Sport Pilot, Recreation Pilot, Remote Pilot, and Private Pilot. Do you remember back like in 2016 when I was one of the first to say, you're a heartbeat away from earning your private pilot when you pass this Part 107 test? That is just as true here in nearly 2025 right now. So if you want to become a manned pilot, we have those courses too, by the way. You're in the same supplement anyways, but let's dive into it. Let me show you the figure. So if you have, or if you know someone who has a Part 107 test coming up, send them this video, please, because this is like brand spanking new, hot off the press, and we're seeing it come up over and over again on the actual FAA test. Here's the image. Look at it with me here. Are you confused yet? Well, this is figure 64 from that same supplement I just told you about, and it is our airport markings. And let's just work through it really here together. What are each and every one of these things? Well, look at A. Do you see A up there at the top of your screen? Well, that is a red sign. It's shown as a marking there. It could be a marking or it could be a sign. It could be like a marking on the pavement or it could be a physical sign. Red background tells me that is a mandatory instruction sign. In this case, it is a runway mandatory instruction sign. It is alerting me that, hey, runway 19 is like right there. And as you can see to your left, there's runway 19. It is like a warning right before you step onto runway 19. Let me skip B for a second because that one's kind of tricky. Let's go to C. C is pretty easy. C is shown as, these are vehicle lanes. So in a non-movement area, fuel trucks and picking up, those big fancy black Suburbans that pull up to your private jet to get you. Maybe Ken Herron's the only one with a private jet. But anyways, when Ken Herron lands in his Gulfstream and the black SUVs pull up, those are the lanes they drive in to pick him up. So just so you know that one now. All right, someone send that to Ken Herron for me too, please. D, look at D with me. D is absolutely crucial, by the way. D is called a hold short line. It is a hold short line. Let me geek out for a second on what it really means in manned aviation. All you really need to know is, hey, Jason, that's a hold short line. Do you see on the right where the lines are solid? That means you need to stop. Meaning you need to actually stop and hold short and request permission to continue if you are taxiing your airplane. If you're approaching from the dashed side, from the left side of your screen to the right, you could proceed right on across. Does that make sense? It's a hold short line. E is very similar. That's a taxiway hold short line. And the number 4 there is showing you the lights that would be in the taxiway as well. F is very simple. That is just your taxiway edge. Essentially there. And then I told you I wanted to hold off on B for a second. Let's go back to B. It looks like a hold short line, but it's not. Can we compare the two? Maybe Coach Ray, who's so amazing at editing our videos. Coach Ray, could you put like both next to each other perhaps? Good job, Coach Ray. See, he just did it. Here I am recording this days ahead of time and he's already just thinking in the future. He's just that smart. Do you see the difference? An ILS hold line, or sometimes called an ILS critical zone, looks like railroad tracks, whereas a hold short line is 2 solid lines, 2 dashed lines. Don't mix them up. It's very, very easy to do. I'm not going to geek out on exactly what this means. It has to do with the instrument landing system, and it's totally related to manned aviation. All you need to know, railroad tracks mean ILS, sometimes called an ILS holding area or hold line, more frequently called an ILS critical zone. But just remember, ILS, instrument landing system. That's what that actually means compared to an actual hold short line. So what do you think? More confused, less confused? Happier or more sad based on what the FAA did? They're always adding something, aren't they? Well, that's how it is sometimes. But hey, at Remote Pilot 101, msdure.com, we're always here just to help you stay up to date on what's happening. I mean it. Send this to somebody that has a Part 107 test or needs to take their Part 107 test, because this is like, we're seeing 2 and 3 questions on this very graphic come up every single actual FAA test. So make sure you understand it. Anyways, have a blessed, abundant, outstanding rest of your day. And most importantly, remember, a good pilot is always learning. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you.